if you wear elbow pads, if you wear knee pads, if you wear a helmet, then you should ride with a helmet for your hands. You should ride with GEO Handguards.
We're going to demonstrate what we call the Dowel test. We demonstrated in a prior video that the GEO Handguards are designed to absorb a 100-pound impact in the frontal direction. Because these are a compliant structure, we designed them to release in a downward direction with much less force. This half-inch wooden dowel is substantially less strong than a typical wrist. So, if one were to become entangled in here, this is what the guards will do under force. So I'm going to take the same dowel and go over to our dirt bike handguards and do a similar test. Now the dirt bike handguards offer similar protection, however they are made out of rigid aluminum and rigidly mounted on both ends. These are not a compliant structure. Ouch!
Hey guys, I'm Glenn Olson, aka GEO.
And I'm Sean Colson. Last year we partnered up and formed GEO Handguards Company.
Sean, we've known each other for a long time.
Over 30 years.
That's right. And, I got in an accident about 2 years ago, riding my mountain bike on a trail I've ridden many, many times, and I dislocated these two fingers. And it's been a long, long recovery, and I'm reminded of it daily. I work construction, and I'm a classically trained artist.
So I'm a doctor, and I spend most of my free time fabricating a custom car that I'm building, which you can see right in the background. We both work with our hands all day, every day, and you never realize how important your hands are until you can't use them.
As we both know, our careers and everything that we do, when I got hurt, I didn't realize how much I took my hands for granted. And since this accident, we've both been on a mission to find a way to prevent any injuries that, like the one that happened to myself.
So mountain biking, like many things, is inherently dangerous. We all take risks every day with whatever we do, but we know we can't prevent all injuries, but if we can reduce the severity of injuries and prevent some others, then we feel like we've built a great product.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time engineering these handguards, a lot of resources, and 2 lifetimes of experiences and knowledge to get these things to this point.
So Glenn, how come after you injured yourself, you didn't just go and buy some mountain bike handguards?
Well, there's a couple other companies out there currently available on the internet, and the ones that are available offer minimal protection to your hands. They're open, and I wanted something that was represented more like a dirt bike or a MX handguard with full coverage. And I believe that if I had these on my bike when I did crash, that they may have prevented me from getting injured the way I did.
So why didn't you just buy some dirt bike handguards? These kind of look the same.
Yeah, the ones that are available really just act as a deflector for brush, and they don't really protect or offer full coverage and protection like these do. There's 3 different properties or levels of protection that these handguards offer.
So what we designed here is what's called a compliant structure. And what that means is it is very strong in one direction, but it's very weak in another. None of the products that are available offer this type of design. So the material we use is a very specialized plastic, right? We went through a lot of trouble to find this stuff.
Oh yeah, we have a pile of stuff on the floor from trial and error.
And when they're manufactured, we manufacture them flat, and then when they get installed, they get bent into a U. And what that does is create tension. It turns it into a spring, and it makes it very rigid and springy. However, the way we mounted it This part where it goes onto the end of the bar fits into what we call an expansion plug, and it is specifically designed to be very strong in the front to back and sideways direction. However, it is engineered so it can rotate downward with very little force. One of the problems with the dirt bike handguards is that they're very, very rigid. And though they offer excellent protection, if a rider were to get trapped in them during a crash, it's been reported that there are occasional serious wrist and arm injuries. And what we wanted to do was create a similar form of protection, which was catered to the speed, weight, and terrain of mountain biking, yet minimize the risk of getting trapped in them. And by creating this compliant structure, we were able to do that.
Yeah, we found, and I've found from riding these and the riders that have been early adopters and the guys in our crew that have tested these, that they really do work. And I've experienced a number of mild crashes while trail riding. And if you think you aren't going to crash when you ride your bike, you're just not riding your bike. Because if you're a mountain biker and if you're out there having fun, you're inevitably going to crash. And the design of these allows for an immediate exit. And some of the misconceptions of getting caught up in these, I mean, it could happen, but very, very, very unlikely to happen. And again, these are designed to flex and give under impacts and are highly unlikely to hurt you during a crash.
So can you explain a little bit more about the compliance? How did this get mounted in such a way to allow it to be strong in one direction and compliant in another?
Yeah, so we designed it so that the inboard end, if you watch the install video or look at some of the additional content online that we have on our website, this end is just floating and it open-ended in a circle. And it slides over the bars so that it rotates. And then this end comes around and there's a keyed mechanism, you can see, and that allows it to reduce rotation. But under hard enough impact, especially in a downward fashion, this will rotate, and this keyed mechanism that you see here will slip and give.
So this is a really amazing material. It actually twists and deflects. We describe it as being like bubble gum. You can twist it. It's heat resistant, cold resistant, UV resistant, self-healing. And if we were to twist it up like a pretzel and we put it down, within a few minutes it'll return to its normal shapes. So not only does it offer all these features, but it's extremely durable in the mountain bike setting.
Yeah, we've also come to find that when you do kind of ovalize this keyed mechanism that I described, given enough time, it will reset itself and go back to its original shape about 90%, 95% with a little bit of play after that. So this is good for multiple uses.
So those expansion plugs you talk about, are those just off-the-shelf bar end plugs?
Oh no, we had these custom made. We went through a lot of trial and error to come up with these expansion plugs, and we actually tried a few different versions and threw them on the shelf. Spent a fair amount of time and resources to get these just so. And the key part of the design is the key.
And how about those shaft collars? Do you just buy those on Amazon?
Nope. These were custom made as well. You can't buy anything like this in a hardware store. Everything here that you see is all custom made to very precise specifications, and including the handguards, the sticker packs, the packaging, everything here. And we put a lot of thought and energy into making the best product possible.
Yeah, for example, I noticed that the screw head doesn't protrude on that where it usually protrudes on off-the-shelf shaft collars.
Yeah, that's right. If you look at this end here, it's designed to be as flush and unobtrusive as possible, so that if you were to graze up, make an impact with a tree or a rock, it will slip along and not catch and throw you off your bike. There is video online of me demonstrating that.
And on the shaft collars, you can see that it uses an undersized screw so it does not protrude from the edge of the shaft collar and cause a potential hazard.
Yeah, in the event you were to impact it with your knee or something like that. And then the guards themselves are rounded and smooth edged so that they're soft in the hands. And, they not only do they protect your hands and controls, but if you were to drop your bike or even rest your bike on the outer edge, it acts for a good support, almost a kickstand for your bike.
So how much do these cost?
The MSRP is $75 if you buy them from GEO Handguards. It's include free shipping anywhere in the world.
So have you sold these anywhere in the world?
Oh yeah, we've currently been sold on 3 continents.
Yeah, we sent them to places as far as Australia and Bulgaria,
Yep.
as well as the east and west coast of the United States.
Yep. I take safety seriously, and so should you. GEO Handguards are an insurance policy for your hands and controls. They protect, deflect, and absorb, and they're a helmet for your hands.